let's bring the camera over and show what you have, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay.
Because I did,
Guys, okay.
I ate a lot of stuff.
This is Dr. Fuhrman's hotel room. We're doing the interview here. It's a little dark. Let me try to.
I have a bag of nuts I took from home.
One sec. Let me try to turn up the.
Oh, put this light on.
ISO a little. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So we're in Dr. Fuhrman's hotel room. Here, his actual table. This is just how, I swear, we didn't clean anything. This is just how it was when we got here.
So let's look at what I have here. I have an apple I took from home right here. Look at that. It came from home. I didn't buy it here.
One sec. One sec. All right. So what do you have?
So you're catching me here. Okay, so here I have a bag. It says prunes on it, but really, if you see, there's walnuts inside there. I had a few prunes left in the bag, but I piled walnuts on top and sealed it up.
Okay.
So I ate like walnuts and prunes.
All right.
This I bought from home, which is my Mediterranean pine nuts, high in protein.
Those are right on the website, right?
Yeah, and I also, you know, these are good because I'm lifting weights and I'm playing tennis and I'm doing.
Why Mediterranean pine nuts?
They're very high in protein.
Okay.
So this is like my protein supplement. I have like Mediterranean pine nuts. There's some high in protein, so I'm
cool.
with all the exercise I'm doing. Here I have some other mixed nuts. So I just have some nuts from the apple. This I got in Whole Foods. I got some of these. Look at these fresh apricots.
Oh, beautiful.
Look how beautiful those are.
Nice.
I bought about 7 of these. I ate 3 of these already in the last couple of days.
'Tis the season.
But let's look at what I.
All right, let's look in the fridge. So he has one of these just small, you know, hotel refrigerators.
Okay.
Let's see what we have.
Here I have some strawberries and lettuce, but here I have the salad.
Straight from Whole Foods.
I have my leftover from last night.
Yep.
I still have more salad I could eat. So I have a little cooked broccoli. I have raw kale. I have water chestnuts. You can see there's some baby corn. There's some scallions in there.
Yep.
There's a little. I could see a little quinoa. And there's what's this? Aha! Here's the secret ingredient.
Oh, there's the artichoke hearts,
baby
you
artichoke.
guys.
Okay, but look.
And what do you put any dressing on it? What do you put on there? Anything?
Yeah, sometimes I put a little bit of some kind of dressing on
Okay.
it, like a tahini dressing or something.
Okay.
But look what I bought. This I brought from home.
There's the artichoke hearts. He wasn't kidding.
I didn't open it yet.
There they are.
So I got them. If I want them, I can eat them.
Yep, there you go.
And of course, I bought this at Whole Foods. Look at this.
Oh, are those the cherries?
Organic cherries.
Yep.
Organic cherries.
Yep.
In Whole Foods. What a treat.
So
right?
exciting.
And then, what is this? More lettuce. And what's in this bag? Oh, this is a special treat.
You got rambutans.
I got rambutans.
Oh my gosh.
So that's me. I buy whatever fun.
Yep.
I have fun, delicious food, so I got a rambutan.
Yep.
I had them.
If you guys haven't seen rambutans before,
I used to eat some. Here's a rambutan.
Yep. I used to eat these in Florida all the time. They're tropical fruit.
Do you see when you open it up? It forms. It's like a pearl inside.
Yep.
Like a pearl. Here it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful center.
Yep.
And let me show you what the inside is.
Yep. Let's see.
See, there's a pit in the center of it.
Oh, yep. That's just.
See that pit?
That's my experience too.
But,
yeah, and sometimes you eat the little skin that sort of comes off there too. Yep. Just eat the whole thing. You can. Yep. These are so good. I used to live in Florida, and we have lots of tropical fruit there. This is just a little note about what Dr. Fuhrman was saying about when you go to Whole Foods or you go to these grocery stores. It's so much fun to just see what they have, like, of the exotic stuff, you know, because they're getting different stuff all the time. And I know, Dr. Fuhrman, you say you love cherry moyas too, and I learned about cherry moyas because of you.
Cherry moyas are unbelievable.
Yep, and they're one of my favorite fruits too. So every time you go to the store, just check out something new and see what they have.
So I have great stuff.
Yep.
In my room.
Thank you. Okay, we're back.
That's funny.
On the couch.
You knew what rambutans were.
Oh yeah, well, Florida, you know. Okay, so let's talk about the really cool stuff that's going on with your organizations right now. So first, I'm gonna ask you about 3 things: the foundation, the Health Oasis, and the Nutritarian Women's Studies. Can you just tell us a little bit about those 3 things that you have?
Sure. Let's talk about the foundation and the Women's Health Study first,
Okay.
because they're related.
Yeah, and I'm only not in the study because I'm pregnant right now, but I'll be back in it.
It's so crazy that they're making people come out of the study. It's just the IRB. It's crazy to make people come out of the study because they're pregnant.
I know,
but,
you know, it's how it is.
It's not our rules.
I'll be back in, so.
So the Nutritional Research Foundation at nutritionalresearch.org is a 501c3 nonprofit. I'm the president of the Nutritional Research Foundation.
Okay.
Our mission is to raise money so we can pay for research in major universities around the country. And these researchers around the country love to do nutritional research and Nutritarian research to show that nutritional excellence is a powerful therapeutic tool to reverse disease. So we can get the studies done so doctors now can use this in their toolbox, and we can change the face of healthcare of America. And so we're doing, and we've done, and we're doing more studies. And this year we're doing a $1.7 million project with a Harvard affiliate hospital.
Okay.
That's a randomized controlled trial with reversing diabetes. And once that trial gets done, it's going to be very powerful because it's going to show metabolic syndrome and fatty liver and testing microbiome. We have a huge study coming on in Boston. And then we started last year the Nutritarian Women's Health Study, which is which they set up a Nutritarian research office at Northern Arizona University, spearheaded by nutritional scientists. The head nutritional investigator is Dr. Sutliff at NAU.
Okay.
And so far, we've recruited more than 1,500 women to join the study. And they get information about what a nutritarian diet is, how it's protective against cancer, and they make a pledge to follow this healthy diet for the rest of their life. Whether they do or they don't, we'll track that.
They'll know.
We'll know. We're going to track what people are doing.
Right.
And we're going to see that people that really follow it not get cancer, live longer, not get demented.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to publish multiple studies as a result of the data we're going to collect.
So important.
And we're actually reaching out to oncologists to refer their patients with breast cancer to the study, but most of the women in the study right now are healthy women who don't have breast cancer.
Right.
We want both. We want all types of women. Women who are sick, women who are well, women who started young, women who are just starting it now. And so a person can read the information, decide whether they have 30 days to review the book. They get a book with them and videos and information. And after they review the information, they can say, yes, I want to be part of it, or no, I don't. They're free to leave at any time. But we're encouraging women because by joining the Nutritarian Women's Health Study, they're going to be part of a movement that's going to help women across America.
It's the beginning of the movement. It's very exciting.
Very exciting. And it's going to help them personally, too, because they're going to get the camaraderie and extra motivation to stick with the healthy eating program. And a group of women doing it with them from all over the country. Very exciting.
Yeah, so I signed up for the study, and I was a part of it until I got pregnant. Dropped out just for that. I'll be back in it as soon as I have the baby. But I just want to attest to how really wonderful this study is, because not only are you, you get some extra materials, like you're saying, you get a copy of Super Immunity, a digital copy, you get some good sort of like education first before you start it out, and then there's some really great guidelines. You get a nice little book that sort of explains just what the guidelines are for being a nutritarian and how to stick with it. But you also get access to the Facebook group, which for me has been super valuable because it's another place where us women can get together and talk about, our experiences or challenges we're having. So it's a really, really fantastic thing, and very exciting too, just from the research standpoint, because we don't have any nutritarian sort of, research to be able to fall back on like so many other people do with other things.
And we want people to have nutritarian meetups and know the nutritarian restaurants and be able to, share their experience with others. And then, so we discussed the work of the Nutritional Research Foundation, and one of the studies they're doing is the Nutritarian Women's Health Study in Flagstaff. We're doing other studies as well. Appreciate people supporting the foundation, and for the women who were learning about this, want to learn more and maybe perhaps join the study, that would be fantastic. We want at least 5,000 women in there. We almost have 1,700 right now.
Awesome.
Which is amazing, by the way.
Totally amazing.
We've only in less than a year we have 1,700.
It's totally amazing. And so I'm going to put links down below for the Research Foundation and also for the study. And then if you want to donate, of course, to the foundation, there'll be links for that down below as well. And then, so tell me about the Health Oasis.
Right, Dr. Fuhrman's Health Oasis is a residential program in Boca Raton, in Boca, Florida. And it's, you know how people go to drug rehab centers because they go on for a 12-week program of getting off their cocaine? Well, this is a food rehab center. And people stay there for 4 to 12 weeks. And most people that go have some medical conditions or obesity or diabetes. They're there to get well. Some people have heart disease. They're there instead of angioplasty or bypass surgery, and they get well from heart disease. And they're put in a situation where they're fed very carefully, and they're getting they're getting therapy, psychological therapy while they're there. It's not a vacation place. They're there for these people are seriously getting well, so they're getting lectured about nutrition, they're getting lectured about cooking, and they spend time in group therapy and individual counseling, so they can deal with what are their psychological issues that may have happened when they were young, that created their dependency on food and overeating. Because we want people to not just lose the weight while they're there and recover their health. We want them to get to the basis and cause of where the problem came from, and why they're overeating, why they became obese, why they became diabetic. So they can leave, and when they discharge them after staying, let's say, 8 weeks, they may have lost 50 pounds, but now we keep in contact with them. And I have a phenomenal medical staff down there. I have a professional staff headed by Dr. Marbus.
She's wonderful.
How do you know Lori? She's a wonderful person.
I met her on Facebook, and I actually interviewed her for my YouTube channel as well, which I haven't put up yet, but maybe by the time you see this, she'll be on.
So
she's wonderful.
Dr. Marbus is my medical director there. And when you have a place like this, you have to staff it with the right people.
Right.
And Dr. Marbus is is charismatic and knowledgeable and compassionate, and she's and she makes it increases the percentage of success for the people.
Yeah, absolutely.
A good doctor, a good leader, and her team around, a whole team. You have to have good people on your baseball team to win the World Series. You know what I mean? So I've incorporated a staff down there that I feel confident in who can get this work done. And with time, I'll get a bigger and better place. I'll be able to house more people and make it nicer. But right now, it's saving people's lives. There are people that have been admitted there who would be dead today if they didn't go down there. And so they're really changing people's lives. And the people you know that's seriously ill, it's the right place to go. So it's like a health retreat, but it's not like just people are going there to relax and go to lie on the beach all day.
No, you take their cell phones.
We take their cell phones away. We take their money and credit cards away and their car keys away. They can't drive out to McDonald's and get French fries. They're stuck there eating our food. We pick them up and they have to go to therapy. You know, so they're there for a really serious reason, perhaps to save their lives.
Yes, exactly. It's wonderful. I've actually talked to Dr. Marbas about this a little bit in an interview, and she actually interviewed me for her podcast as well, so you can check that out. I'll put a link for that down below too. But it is a really fantastic center, and if you actually hear it out of Dr. Marbas's mouth too, it's just so interesting, and to hear her story of how she went from being a doctor in Colorado to being a Nutritarian doctor in this center in Florida now, just to see the things even that she's learned about patients and how to get people out of this. And I think there's a lot of stigma around the word like addicted or addiction, and it's hard for people to kind of admit. Maybe I've been admitted so many times on my channel that I've struggled with this as well.
Addiction, so many people have food addiction. Almost half the population has it.
Or more.
And if you're overweight or diabetic, you're a food addict. Why would you be overweight? You know, food is addicting.
Exactly.
And unhealthy food is very addicting. And we have to save lives here. And you know, and out of my office in New Jersey, you know, I have one-on-one counseling with doctors. I have a doctor, but I also have food addiction counselors, and they work with people nationwide through telephone, through email, and they motivate people to stay in the program. They follow people, which is helpful for a lot of people. A lot of people join our FAR program, Food Addiction Recovery Program. But for other people, the right thing is to go in as an inpatient, check yourself in, and get well. And really, especially if you're and some of these people are taking risks with their lives every day. They're time bombs.
Many people are
time bombs, you know. People go on vacation and they go out and eat junk food for a week and they come back and they have heart attacks.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like...
It's definitely something that needs to be addressed.
Hey guys, just wanted to do a little quick update on the Health Oasis. Since the time of recording of this interview, unfortunately, the Health Oasis has closed. It was an issue with the investors. They pulled out suddenly. Quite a surprise for everyone working there, and it was very, very unfortunate. So I did actually talk to Dr. Fuhrman about future plans. So he says, yes, we are hoping to have a better facility in the future, but there are no definitive plans as of yet. So keep your eyes open and your fingers crossed for the Health Oasis to be able to continue to do the good that it was doing before. And hopefully we'll see it open its doors again soon. Back to the interview.
Okay, can you share with us something groundbreaking that you're doing right now? What are you working on? What can we expect from you coming up?
Well, one thing I'm very excited about is my new book coming out October 17, 2017.
Okay. Well, it's coming up.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Called Fast Food Genocide.
Okay. Fast Food Genocide.
Very exciting book. It's my first ever book that's not a self-help book.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it talks how fast food is destroying the structure and intelligence of our society, and how fast food intake leads to drug addiction.
Okay.
And how half the people in federal prisons are there for nonviolent drug abuse offenses, and that sugar is the gateway drug to more serious drugs. And how eating commercial baked goods causes depression, psychological dysfunction, loss of intelligence, and the inability to succeed in the educational process.
Oh my goodness.
So we're destroying people's opportunity to live not just a health problem. Of course, the book talks about health problems, diabetes, cancer, but we're talking mostly about destruction of the brain, especially people living in urban cities where they have food deserts. And I go through the history since the Civil War, where the slaves were freed, and they actually had access to better nutrition back then. And they were achieving they would be doing well financially, intellectually, and economically. And then with the advent of this white supremacy movement and Jim Crow laws, they got, with lynchings and violence, they got driven out of the South, a lot of them did. We're talking about the movement of blacks, former slaves to the northern cities. And then with the advent of, and by the way, the book goes into the epidemic of pellagra. in the South in those days, which caused violence and aggressive behavior among whites. They're called the rednecks because we get a redneck, a causal necklace from eating from not. So the corn-based diet was leading to brain dysfunction and suicidal and homicidal behavior.
Wow.
And which partially, not so totally, but partially contributed to the violent times in those days. How violent it was in the South in those days.
Wow.
Nevertheless, we're talking here about that when the northern cities after World War I and World War II, when we started inventing processed foods that could be used on the battlefield for soldiers to be able to carry food with them, it became very cheap and inexpensive, and we used those foods back to feed people in the cities, we weren't shipping fruits and vegetables around and nuts, and they were all growing their own food.
Yeah.
And now we had a deterioration of the ability of people to achieve the American dream, because they weren't fed the right food anymore.
Wow.
Food affects your intellect.
Yeah.
It affects your drive in life. It affects your creativity. It makes you more prone to drugs, and it's so intellectually damaging. So the book goes into all the scientific data that shows how eating the wrong food can take away your will to succeed in life and your ability to succeed in life, and the relationship between food and racism.
Wow.
The book Fast Food Genocide is talking about how
food
inequalities
deserts
in food distribution as leading to destruction in people's emotional, intellectual, and physical abilities to be well. And that's blamed on race when it's a question of food inequality and food distribution and food problems.
Wow. Yeah.
And the races are, and I'm showing people scientifically that the races are not different from each other.
Yes.
We're all intellectually similar to each other. It's what we're exposed to as far as what kind of, because we are what we eat.
Yeah.
And our brains are what we eat.
Yes.
And we have to give people the right type of opportunity by giving everybody access to healthy food. And I show how fast food is so incredibly destructive to people, how it causes depression, and it causes people to commit suicide. And they're blamed on all types of things.
Yes.
And where it's the food, stupid.
It's the food.
It's the food. Fast food kills people. And fast food is destroying our society. And that's why the book is called Fast Food Genocide. And it's destroying certain parts of the society at a more rapid rate than other areas. And that's why you have areas in the southeast of the United States where you call the stroke belt, and the people with more diabetes and more strokes back there, where those areas have the most violence as well.
Okay.
Where you have more ill health and more fried food consumption, you also have more violence and more murders. And so we're talking here a lot of issues in this book that are addressed, and I think this book has to be widely read. It's a really book that's going to stimulate people's thinking. Sure, I have great recipes in the book. I have it's written for people who maybe have been marginalized or haven't had great opportunity to realize they got to take charge of their health destiny and do what's right. And I'm trying to make the food taste great and be palatable. So I think it's a really exciting new book that I've been working on. And one of my assistants in putting this book together, Bob Phillips, is a black American who's was an executive, and whose interest is in social energy, whose life was saved by a Nutritarian diet, who probably would have been dead today if he didn't change his diet. He had recovered from sarcoidosis. He had a big mass on his neck.
I saw his story.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he helped me with the book and some of the research with regard to the black community in the South in the past, and so in other words, and I've been. And the book came about originally by pressure from Crisis and the NAACP, who spoke to me about what's this problem in the black community, about the problems, and there's so much diabetes and there's so much leg amputation and inequality, and how could we help these people? And I said, they wanted me to write something about it, and this was a couple of years back, and I said, this is a big project, it'll take many years to do, and I've been working on this for 3 or 4 years. I've been working on this for a lot of years.
I remember you talking about it last year when you came to Vegas.
Oh, really? Yeah. And it's not just about the black community, it's not just about urban cities, it's about everybody across America. Because fast food have permeated our whole society, it's killing people all over the place. It's not just about any one section of people, it's about everybody.
It's the awareness, you need to get the awareness.
It's about the awareness, and we want the best and we have to have goodwill, and we have to have the proper humanity for our whole population, and nutrition is such a large part of what we have to do to bring our country up to the next level, and it's not being looked at, and our politicians can't do it, and it has to arrive from the masses. We need celebrities, we need educators, we need athletes, we need politicians, we need everybody together. We need people to know this information, and I'm putting this information in one book. It's a little scholarly, it might be a little too thick, but for everybody to want, it's over 400 pages, but other people could make smaller versions of it.
Sure.
My job isn't to write isn't to write the brief simplified down, dummied down version. My is to write the whole overview of all the science. And now other educators
start the conversation.
Right. And really make it at a high level with all the information that people can use as a reference book as to where this is coming from. I even, I even relate the growth of Hitler in the Nazi Germany to the white supremacy movement in the South.
Wow.
When in the Nuremberg trials, when the people from the Nazis were trying to defend themselves against mass murdering billions of people, they showed the books where they got the information from the eugenic movement in America. So that this white supremacy movements that the Nazis grasped onto came from the American Souths that were trying to prevent the blacks from having from reaching the American dream, because they were threatened.
Yeah.
Their positions were threatened. So this is very complicated, very historical and interesting information.
Yes.
And people who've read the book told me they couldn't put it down.
Wow. Well, okay, so when I asked for something groundbreaking, I didn't expect this, but oh my gosh. This sounds amazing. You started talking about this last year that I heard about, and you've been writing it for a long time, but look out for this book. This sounds absolutely amazing. And I think it's important too for us, the racial aspect is so important for us to understand, but the historical as well, to be able to tie all that together and sort of understand
how it happened,
how everything came to be.
Right.
Why are we in this place, right? Yeah.
Why did we have such a problem with lead poisoning for so many years? And, for decades and decades and decades, people were poisoned with lead, which was interfering with their intellect and causing disease. And the lead, and they were fighting it. The oil industry was fighting it. They were just fighting it and denying it, and politicians and doctors were denying lead had a problem. And went on with cigarettes, and went on. This goes over and over again.
Cigarettes are fine. Doctors are smoking.
Right. There's always been resistance to change.
Yeah.
But in the long run, we look back at it now and go, how did we poison so many people with lead back then? And,
Exactly.
And we're doing it, so we got to learn from our past mistakes.
Yes.
We got to change the way we do things.
Exciting. That's very exciting. So I know I'm definitely going to be getting that book. I'll be talking about it when it finally comes out. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Certainly groundbreaking, so something to look forward to. Let's talk about, very quickly, I'm going to be doing a review. This is your new book here.
My newest book, yes.
Eat to Live, Quick and Easy Recipes. It's a cookbook. So this is a really, really nice book here because it actually has these beautiful, beautiful color photos of all of the recipes. So I'm going to be doing actually a review on this book, and what's really, really exciting, right now, after I finish filming this video, I'm going to have Dr. Fuhrman sign a copy, one of these 2 copies here, and I'm going to do a giveaway. So along with the review of this book, I'll be doing a giveaway of one of these very books here, and you guys will get your chance to get a free signed copy from Dr. Fuhrman. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah. Do you want to tell us anything about this book? No. No,
just kidding.
No, not at all. I don't want to say anything. It speaks for itself, people.
It is a nice book. Quick, obviously my job is to make people's life easier.
Yeah.
And to remove obstacles they have. And people want, where are your quick recipes, ones that are easiest to make?
So
all the easiest recipes are in one place now.
Okay.
All the quick and easy ones are in one place. My Eat to Live cookbook, that's not the quick and easy cookbook, has other recipes I love, but they're not as easy to make as this recipe.
Let's just talk about that really quick. I'm going to interrupt you because a lot of people I hear in the Facebook groups and stuff, they're always like, oh, there's so many ingredients, there's so much stuff.
This has here's one 5 ingredients.
Yeah, exactly.
6 ingredients.
Yep. And I want to just explain the difference a little bit and what I've noted. Dr. Fuhrman's super, super good at cooking, and he knows a lot of the different flavor profiles of spices and how to put them together with different vegetables and things like that. So I think the point is, with the recipes that you have, like an Eat to Live or these longer, more ingredient recipes, it's more about just getting those complex flavors and making the food taste incredible, because it really does once your taste buds readjust. And then it's also important, so I think it's important to try those types of recipes as well, so you can learn about the spices and you can learn about different cooking styles. But to have a book like this as well in your arsenal is, I think, super important, just so you can get through some stuff and try the chocolate cherry cookies. Okay. By
the way, my wife and daughter took these photos.
Oh wow!
And it should say so.
That's
in the book.
Talent. They're beautiful photos.
So it must have an acknowledgement. It probably says that somewhere, but maybe acknowledgements are in the back.
Probably maybe they get credit
maybe in the back. But anyway, the point I'm making is that I make these recipes in my house, and my family and my person helping me in the house makes some of them too. And the point is, my wife and my daughter are taking the photos, and one of them eating the food. So I get to eat the food.
So you eat the food and they take the photos. Is that how it works?
Well, we all eat the food.
Okay, well.
So here it says, Mary Becker was the person who works with me, helped make a lot of the recipes in the house. And then and the majority of the photos were taken by Kyle, Fidel, Lisa Fuhrman, and Jennifer. I mean, Kyle's not my son, was not. He
Okay.
only works for me.
Okay.
But those three took most of the pictures, so
Got it.
kind of cool.
Well, there's the credit right there. You heard it from the doctor himself. Dr. Fuhrman was thumbing through this one. This is the Costco version, which has 10 additional recipes. So I'm going to have you sign this one. This is the one you guys are going to get to win if
Isn't
you
that
enter.
cool? You can get it at Costco? That's still cool.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very cool, and you get extra stuff too.
Yeah.
So this is the one I'm going to give away. It's the one I've personally used to try some of the recipes out as well. So this is the one you're going to get. Thank you so much for describing.
Somebody downstairs told me they went to Costco and bought 10 of them today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to give away to friends.
Okay, well, I need to know that person because I need another one because now I'm giving one away. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Look at this. This is the Costco version?
This is the Costco version.
$13.49. That's all it is at Costco.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah,
things
$13.49.
Things are really great for cheap there, right?
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, imagine a whole hardcover cookbook.
I know.
For $13.
Hardcover cookbook. It's beautiful. You can get food all over it and just wipe it right off.
Yes, it's all the slick paper and
Yep,
everything.
the slick paper. Yeah, it's perfect. Oh, 131 recipes. So get a lot of meal ideas from there. So, wow. Okay. Thank you so much. As I said before, all the links for everything we've talked about are down below in the description. I'm also going to try to link some things here and there in the video. So if you're interested in stuff, click the little things that pop up and you'll be able to be taken to other places for more information. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. That's how I know that you really enjoy these videos. That way you can also get the new videos as soon as I put them up. And also like and comment down below to show us that you really like this, and then let's have a discussion about this as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Fuhrman, for this opportunity to speak with you. I just want to say on behalf of everyone, thank you mostly for letting us see inside your refrigerator in your actual hotel room. That was super cool. I really appreciate everything that you shared with us, and as well as telling us about that new book, because that sounds so amazing. Thank you for the work that you do to try to get us all healthy and to spread the word. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Wishing you all great health and much happiness always. Take care.
Thank you.